pop it on the floor, lay back, and you have the exact same exercise.
And we've just cramped him up. So teacher number 2 comes in here.
It's leg day, but sometimes you don't have a full gym available. Sometimes all you have available are some light weights and your body weights. So I've brought in the calisthenics king, my friend, Daniel Vadnal from FitnessFAQs, and together we are gonna build you out an effective 4 exercise leg day using just your body weight and some light weights to build strength and size. Okay, we are starting with hamstrings, and we are cheating a little bit because we are gonna be using some gymnastic rings, but we'll show you some alternatives that you can do with no equipment whatsoever. Setup is you need something to hang off. You can use rings, you can use any kind of suspension trainer, you can use a bar if you have that available, and some kind of bench to put your feet on. All we're gonna do is hang back and elevate the legs, extend the hips up, and curl your body in towards your feet.
Is there any preference to width apart of the feet?
Just comfort. We're under the assumption that you might only have a very simple seat like this or a table to use, but just go wherever feels most comfortable for you. Now, just having an exercise like this is all well and good, but we need to actually make sure this is challenging to actually grow some muscle and build strength here. So a couple of ways you can make this more difficult. The easiest way, which is very surprising, is to bring the bench further away. So come back in, Daniel, and let's hit a good set of 8.
What exactly is this doing to the difficulty? Why is it harder?
So this increases the amount of your body weight that you're pulling with your legs.
I can feel it.
Yeah, it exponentially increases the amount of body weight you're using. You might need to have a really strong anchor point here, depending on how much you're digging in. But Daniel's thinking about pulling his ankles down to the bench and pulling back, just like a lying leg curl.
What I'm trying to pay attention to is this end range contraction and eccentric from the top. I feel my body wanting to just drop back, but I guess that's where the magic happens, that transition.
Yeah.
That's awesome. For a minimalist equipment, no weights, humbling.
Yes, it's very humbling.
Good speed, good tempo and control, nice contraction at the top. We're only 2 reps in and it's hard.
Yeah.
I can attest to that as well. Awesome, good.
Oh, fuck.
Good, 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 good. Go. Get one more big squeeze.
No, that was 8. That was 8, man. I'm good.
Eight's the magic rep range. We're right.
Yeah. Oh.
That's so good.
All
Nice.
right. You ready to make it even harder?
I'd love to. That
Okay.
wasn't hard enough. I'm up for a challenge.
Let's go single leg.
Oh dear.
To begin with, we'll come up with both legs and then we'll come down just with one. So eccentric overload. And we'll switch legs each time.
1, 1.
Instead of going all to one side and the other side, we'll go 1, 1, 1, 1. I should show you guys as well a quick thing that you can do if you don't have something to hang off. You can use exercise ball, Swiss ball, anything you have available. Pop it on the floor, lay back, and you have the exact same exercise. Fuck.
And we've just cramped him up. So teacher number 2 comes in here. If you don't have the rings and the chair set up, as Eugene is, he's awake here, he's all right, don't worry. You can use this or a gym ball. Some modifications intensity-wise, if you're first starting this one on the ground, you can keep your hands on the ground as you do it. Gives you some more stability, you can push with the lats. It's a bit easier to keep the hips up.
Yeah.
A progression is to hug your shoulders like this. Now it's all those ham hocks.
Same thing applies, is start with double leg, and you can go double leg up, single leg, help myself, down, and you can also go the full single leg, which I'm not going to do because I'm done. All right, so we brought it back in a little bit because it is going to be a bit harder going just one leg. So lift that leg off, control it out. 2 legs in, 1 leg out. Yeah.
Probably 50% harder.
Yeah.
I literally can't stop the transition back. Look.
Yeah.
Right leg, yeah. Let's see the left one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's tough.
When you're working with minimal equipment, you're going to be challenged with how can you make things more challenging? How can you accumulate enough volume without doing sets of 50?
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Because
or,
that sucks.
Or it being so hard that you can only do 3 reps.
Yeah, yeah. Which I find like that's what I struggle with a lot with calisthenics, is like I can do 50 push-ups, but you ask me to do like a planche lean or a pseudo planche, I got like 3 seconds.
As you've said, if people saw this exercise, they'd think 2 legs, 1. We know we can modify intensity by moving the anchor point for our feet further away and that single leg eccentric overload.
Yeah.
It's good.
So what I recommend is if you're going to do this eccentric overload option, make it easier to begin with. So you can get yourself right up there with both legs, which should be very easy. And then you can, oh shit, you can try to fight it down.
Good control.
But if I kept that same difficulty from before, I would not be able to do this properly.
That's the difficult part about bodyweight exercises, is it's more on you to do the exercise properly. We don't have the luxury of machines stabilizing for us. So to make bodyweight exercise effective, it's on you to do it with strict technique too. So that's 2 sets, and I almost feel like some micro DOMs in the belly.
I don't know, I definitely got macro DOMs already. I don't know like what you're built from, adamantium or something.
Do you want to try just...
We can just try the full single leg?
Yeah, let's try the full single leg, yeah.
All right, last set, best set, we're gonna send it and we're gonna go for the full single leg.
Okay, I'm gonna have nightmares about this, but let's go. Don't move the chair further away, Eugene. Let's make it harder for it. So here I'm gonna flex the hip.
So another way to make this a bit more accessible, which we'll do as Daniel fatigues, is you can bend at the waist more.
That's 8.
Cool. So now if we just flex at the hip joint more, so let's sort of poke your butt towards the ground. It offsets some of your body weight. It changes the length of the hamstrings. This becomes more like a seated leg curl, whereas the first variation is more like a lying leg curl. You'll get a few more reps out. Again, another simple way to extend the set, get more volume in, get more effective reps in to build some muscle.
Okay, one more. Oh, that is so hard. So I did 6 reps first, and then another 7. That's enough volume. I can really feel that hamstrings overload.
More than enough. People really underestimate the disgustingness of body
weight exercise is easy. Don't worry about it. You don't need them. Just lift weights. Only lift weights.
It's just body weight. So how hard can it really be, you know?
Imagine doing this as your 3rd hamstring exercise. That's it. If you flex the right hip, it feels really comfy. Like it locks your, flex that knee.
Oh, like that?
Yeah, keep it like that. Now lift chips up. See what I mean?
Oh yeah, because otherwise it's kind of like, yeah, gotcha. All right, shit.
So what we're going for here with the opposite leg, having the hip flexed contains where the hips are in space, gives you a good reference point. Nice, nice. Pull, 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 pull. Good.
Fuck.
Now body weight drop set, hips go a little bit lower, not all the way. Good. Try and pump out 6, Eugene. 2, good. Squeeze, squeeze. Yeah, good, good.
Yeah, that was bad. That was actual failure. I knew it would be hard. I was like, that's actually really fucking hard. Exercise number 2, we are going to still focus on the hamstrings, but instead of focusing on bending the knee, we are going to focus on the other function of the hamstring, which is extending the hip. Normally, with weights, you do something like a stiff leg or Romanian deadlift to really stretch the hamstrings out and pull them up. We're going to do the exact same thing, but to make things harder, we are going to go single leg. The issue you're going to encounter though is when you go single leg, you have to worry a lot about your balance. So we have a couple of different options we can use here to make it better. One thing, you can just focus on balance, right? That's a very valid thing to be doing. But if you've got some kind of wall available, you can use that to help you balance. And you'll see here, I'm not using this to help pull me up and across. I'm on the side to the wall, so it's literally just there for a little bit of balance. But one thing I've been playing with a lot more recently, which I've really loved, is if you have a chair, table, couch, something you can lean your body into, this helps lock your pelvis in place, and you can now do the exact same motion, and you can really load up the hamstrings a lot more in that end range. Big benefit here is you can bring the weight really far away from the body to increase the amount of resistance that this dumbbell places on the hamstrings. That's really hard. This gets a little bit easier on the hamstrings. So bring it out forwards.
That's such a good point for minimalist home workouts, because most people that are in that situation following this don't have the heaviest dumbbells to load conventionally. So that's a great way of making a movement more heavy without external loads.
Totally. I'll let you start.
Okay.
You know, fuck it, we can do it synchronized.
Oh my God.
Should we face each other?
Yeah, let's full eye contact at the same time.
Yeah, this feels fucking disgusting.
The advantage of doing it with balance in the mix is you do get a fair bit of glute med. So if you are someone that's pursuing maybe some more athletic endeavors, running, etc., it doesn't always have to be about making the exercise optimal, especially if hypertrophy isn't your goal.
Say we're doing 3 sets, which we are going to do today. The first set, when you're fresher, do it with balance. As you get toasted and you can't balance for set 2 and 3, add in more constraints to help you balance more easily. And maybe if you have the ability to, load up further. But that way we can hit all the different goals of balance, athleticism, glute med, and just pure hamstring toastiness within the one workout.
And having these exercise variations keeps our training fun. You don't have to do the same thing all the time.
Does this look stupid, Donnie?
This is great. Yeah. So when I'm doing this, I'm really thinking chest up, shoulders forward, trying to drive my hips back, doing as pure of a hinge as I can, not squatting.
I'm trying just not to die right now.
My mind is like a computer as I exercise, Eugene. But yeah, with this movement, I do feel as if the balance is constraining my ability to really send it, so to speak.
Well, that's what this next set's going to be about. How would you approach rest periods for something like a single leg movement?
For me personally, I like to rest a minute or 2 between legs. If I go straight into the other side, more often than not, I'm not going as hard as I could.
Yeah, totally.
That's just what I think, and I'm able to treat both sides equally.
I'm the same. I used to think, oh no, you got to do it all at once and you rest at the end. And then I just blew up and had one giant leg.
There's a few factors there. It's like if your cardio isn't as good as it could be, if you're doing a single leg exercise, it's a lot of musculature. Cardiorespiratory fatigue becomes a factor too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I notice you're keeping the leg straight as well, Eugene. Is that?
Yeah, personal preference. So you can bend the knee a little bit if you wanted to. I just find having this block in place though, it does feel quite good to be able to just make the leg a bit straighter than normal. Now what you'll also find is when you have this block in place and you're not so worried about balance, you can potentially load up more. So what I will do is grab that other dumbbell.
What a savage.
Just so we can send it.
Look at that.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, nice one.
Yeah, okay. That knee might bend a little bit now.
Yeah, here we go.
That knee might bend a little.
Get a bit more of that glute involved, why not? Nice, Eugene, good. If you take a look at Eugene's spine here, he's staying really long through there intentionally to bias that posterior chain. That's awesome. Oh, nice.
If you didn't have that in place and just doing a regular Romanian deadlift, you've got to shift your hips back to stay balanced. But because this bar's in place, we can lean. And that helps you really fold forwards more to stretch the hamstrings out. You're up. Oh. Yes, good.
This is fantastic, man.
Yeah.
I'm definitely, when I include single leg deadlifts in my routine as a variation, I'll opt for this because I could just see you can really go for it with this.
Yeah.
And it feels a lot safer. As hard as I'm shaking here, like a little jackrabbit, it feels safe. Like I have that reference point of the bar there to guide me. I can drop these at any time. Oh, this is killing me. Oh, okay.
Good one.
I'm loving these constant reps. As soon as you get to the top, bang, straight into the next one. These bulletproof hamstrings, there's no shaking. Compared to me before, I love it.
Oh, it fucking hurts though.
What's with this shaking here? Because I'm experiencing that, but I know I can still do some more reps.
It's probably like just an unfamiliarity.
Yeah.
Where you can do deadlifts, you can do stiff legs, you're very strong, but your body's probably not used to being on the one leg under any kind of load in this kind of extreme position.
I think it's this vertical shin. I'd compensate more with a conventional ways of.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Try it out at home, guys. That's a game changer. Yeah. Lovely.
We opted for 2 weights here, but you can, if you only have one dumbbell, just use one dumbbell. But you can also play with where you place that weight. So grabbing it more with this arm, for example, I'm being pulled in this direction, which places a bit more of a rotational force on my torso and on these hamstrings here. And if I went in this arm instead, I'm going the opposite direction. And you will feel a difference in not just how your body positions, but in the bottom position here, you will feel a difference in which aspect of your hamstrings, the more inner versus the more outer hamstrings, get worked. And I think it's a very underrated aspect to knee health for ACLs and for hamstring development in general.
This is what I love about exercise, is because if you have, say, your normal deadlifts like this, for whatever reason you've got something going on here, pain or injury, you can use a movement like this and just explore what you can actually do.
Totally. And it's gonna be a way to, like, you decrease the overall load, but you maximize the tension on the muscle still to work around your injury, because the worst thing that a lot of people end up doing when they get hurt is just stop training.
Yes.
Or they just do a super light regular deadlift when they could probably handle a lot more loading in their muscles to help them recover faster. All right, quad time. What are we gonna start with? This is your specialty now.
Yes, we're gonna do some natural leg extensions, aka reverse Nordics.
All right.
So with this one, just to show the technique first, and then we can gain some options for actually doing it. Generally speaking, your squat stance is most comfortable because that allows you to sit between your hips and get the full range of motion. Very simple with this, like with the hamstring curl, we want to keep our hips extended, posterior pelvic tilt, with our ribs down like this. What that looks like is you come up like this, hands out in front of you as a counterbalance. You're going to sit back, you're going to feel a ton of tension in the quads, and you want to stop when your back is about to arch. So if you get to about here and you have to do that, you're getting range out of the back as opposed to the quads.
Yeah.
And you'll find that as the more you do this movement, you will build the range to be able to go down further like this, almost back to the ground.
And you want to keep your knees on the ground, I'm guessing?
Yeah, that dictates your range of motion, because you can see if I'm running out of range here, I'm just gonna come up like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Now you might be looking at that and you're like, that's impossible to start with. And I'd agree with you, it's a lot of load going there.
Yeah.
What I love doing is using band assistance with the movement. Okay, so we've got a resistance band. Yep. So with these, you want to anchor it at around stomach to chest height. It's a good way for the assist to help you throughout the movement. You come here, as I said, get the cues, hips up, squeeze the glutes, lean back. And what's great about this is the band assist is matching the strength curve difficulty. More band assist, harder the movement is towards the end. You come up, stay on tension, come down, controlled eccentric, pause, come back up. Higher repetitions for this is absolute gold. We'll pump the quads. Strength at length, getting some stretching in there. It's a good all-round movement.
Let's go. Well, how high are we talking with these reps? Well, you said higher reps.
50. Let's play with around 10 plus.
All right.
10 to 20 I really like for this movement.
And you go feet flat like that, don't up on the toes. Yep. Okay. Is that better or worse? Or
once again, personal preference. Okay. If your ankles aren't happy in a plantar flexion like that, you can go on the toes.
All right.
Oh. Fantastic. And with this, you play around with how much the band assist is giving you. So you're actually challenged in that
so I could pull
10
that
plus range.
to give myself more assistance.
Exactly, yeah. It's awesome. And we're not doing this today, but when you do it at home, use something soft under your knees, like a yoga mat or something of the kind, because it's not just to make it hardcore that we're doing this. You want to be comfortable.
My knees need the conditioning anyway.
Okay. Is this how you bulletproof your knees? For 1 million views on YouTube?
I don't know if it's on YouTube or another platform.
Hips up, hips up. Where are you feeling that, Eugene?
Like ripping through this upper, outer, middle area. Like I don't get much down here in the quad, but up here.
Up there, okay.
It's insane.
That's not surprising because the rec fem attaches to the knee and the hip. It's a hip flexor. So we're gonna increase the size of that muscle, increase the flexibility, and also the strength.
Holy moly.
Very different, isn't it, Eugene?
Yeah.
So with this movement, you could think of it as the opposite to leg extensions at the gym. Leg extensions, it's the most difficult in the contracted position, whereas this, it's most difficult in the stretch position. And I mentioned this before, we love doing exercise that have multiple benefits. This one is essentially a strength stretch. So we've all seen the infamous couch stretch where we get up with a wall behind us and we're doing this movement. If you can see what's happening here, it's the exact same thing that's happening in this movement. But the beauty of this is we're using resistance. We're building strength at that deep range of motion, and we're getting the hypertrophy benefits if we're going to failure or close to it.
So would this make you more flexible?
100%, yeah. I noticed a massive difference when where are you?
Just lurking.
I noticed a massive difference when I wanted to improve my squat mobility, just my ability to get this closer, more compressed,
Oh yeah.
a lot of quad tightness. Just doing this consistently for 3 months, big difference.
All right. You can do the splits, can't you?
I can, yes. Do it now.
Yeah. Hit it.
Might go a little bit closer because it's helping me a bit too much at the bottom.
We get it. You're too much of a Superman. I do think that if there was to be an Australian Superman movie, Daniel would make a really good Superman.
Eugene, you humble me, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. Would we be doing these natural leg extensions in the movie? You can play around with like pausing at the bottom just to make it just absolutely nasty.
I'll leave that to you.
If at the bottom you need that extra help, you can intuitively do that just to get yourself out of it as well. Nice, Eugene. Don't come up all the way. Come to like here and go straight back into it.
Oh shit.
Last one. Oh, we're using some spinal flexion instead of the quads.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
You know, I felt my hamstring cramping on that last rep as well.
For sure.
Because I was just trying to like pull whatever I could to use it.
And with these, for everyone watching at home, natural ways of progressing the intensity, just using body weight, just doing it range of motion all the way through. Being mindful of your technique, tempo, range of motion, keeping it strict. When you are ready, if you're an absolute beast, adding a weight to your chest makes this very, very difficult.
Can you do that?
Not for as many reps as I would like to.
Can you show us one with the 20 pounder?
With a 20 pounder?
Yeah.
If you want to film more videos together, maybe no.
So we've done a lot for the quads already, but they're not completely done, are they? We'll do a bit more. What's next? What's the final piece of the puzzle?
Let's do some split squats, the absolute basic.
Okay. How do you like to do this? We've got dumbbells, we have floor.
Yeah, well, in line with our minimalist equipment, let's go for that. Similar to the Romanian deadlift, I personally prefer doing it with a bit of balance if I'm not going as heavy, like a single weight in one hand and the balance in the other as I'm doing that.
So to buy us more quads, and especially more of this lower teardrop area, we want to get as much knee flexion or knee bend as possible. To do this, we're going to use a slight heel elevation and think about keeping our bodies upright as possible and really dropping and sinking that knee forwards into the bottom here. Dumbbell.
So this weight plate elevation just allows you to get that knee further forward to further overload that. Because many people, myself included, are lacking a bit of that ankle mobility. So this is just a cheap and easy way to get yourself into that range so you can target that area. And the cool thing is, as you're doing the movement, you are building that ankle mobility too. So I'd argue that you're doing the most productive stretching for the ankle, but getting back to business, you're getting that quad too. Nice, Eugene, good tempo.
So I'm also keeping into just the bottom half of the range of motion. It actually feels, because I'm staying right over my foot the entire time, if I did shift my body weight backwards like this onto the back leg, that leg gets to rest, which we don't want when I'm using very light weights for what my legs can handle. So I keep my weight all pretty much in that front foot, a little bit of balance, and just stay in the range before my body wants to shift backwards. And that's enough there. So again, dealing with light weights, minimal equipment, we can definitely do just the full range rep where you stop at the top, but you will find, because your legs are so strong, you need to add in things like partial range, pauses, a little bit of extra slow tempo to really challenge things. But lastly, which is very underrated, is exercise order. You see we're doing our strongest exercise of the split squat at the end of the workout. So we're already very fatigued, and our quads especially are just fried from the Nordics. So you don't need to use much weight here, and you can actually get a productive workout in, build a ton of muscle, build a ton of strength without much weight.
It's just a great way of adding variation. If all you've ever done is come from the conventional overloading your big compounds as heavy as possible, which is most of us, and it's a great way to do the majority of training, you're missing out on this variation, off season or different training phase. Awesome. I'm loving these pauses at the bottom.
I'm not.
Active on tension.
I'm not at all.
That was great. Nice, nice. With this one, Eugene, I'm finding that I have to wiggle back my rear leg to try and get this
that bottom
real
range.
tension.
Yeah.
I found that when I first started, I was a lot narrower and it was super easy, but
Yeah.
by wiggling this back,
Yeah, you can really
forward,
shove a lot more of your weight onto it.
comes back to that principle. If you've got minimal weights at home, it doesn't mean minimal results. If you're doing it with this technique that's embracing the difficult, that's really key with this stuff. You don't need a full gym. A lot of people make really good progress with not much at home and just the heart to push themselves in their training. That's a key piece no matter what you've got equipment wise. Yeah. What about these little ones? Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Actually, you know what? Let's send this last set with with an homage to the great John Meadows and his Bulgarian split squat drop set of death. We're not going to do Bulgarians. We just won't, because I feel like walking over the next few days.
It would be nice. Yeah.
That'd be quite nice. But we will add, for this final set, iso holds.
Oh.
So maybe we'll aim for like a set of 12 reps, but every 3 reps, we'll pause at the bottom for 10 seconds.
You want 10 seconds?
Yeah. So we'll go 3 reps with like controlled tempo, and then 10-second pause, and then maybe 5-second pause. You know what? Let's just see you later, guys. Have a good workout.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We've got 3 more.
3 more. I was losing count. There's a lot of maths going on right now, but do another one for the people. Come on.
Oh shit.
Down. Hold it actively. 4, 3, 2, 1. Does this mean you got to do the other side as well? You didn't really think this one through, did you?
No, I didn't. I just thought, oh, let's just show the people some more shit.
If you're doing the movement and you're like just resting here, there's a slight difference between being here and just using your muscles at the bottom. Don't just passively sit or rest on the ground.
Awesome.
Now I better not do that on camera, so now they know what to look for.
All right.
Wide stance.
1, 2, 3, and then down and hold. 5, 4, 3,
I'm not resting
2,
here.
1, go. 2, 3, down, and 5. Don't use that. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice.
That's awesome. Shout out to John Meadows, the legend.
I forgot to count for him. 4, 5.
It's the rite
I'm
of
just dying
passage.
in the background.
You count your own reps.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. 7, 8.
This leaning forward
Nice.
makes a world of difference.
9, 10, 3, 4, 5. To go. 10.
It's burning.
11. 12. Down and hold. 5.
He's making me
4,
laugh too.
3, 2, 1. Yeah, my brain is fucking done. I can't focus anymore. Quads are toasted. How are your legs feeling, Daniel?
Destroyed, stimulated, annihilated.
Give the workout a shot, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out Daniel on YouTube as well. We've got some awesome content coming out there, and I'll catch you on the next one.